Last month I uploaded a video where I came up with a brand new ability for every Mega Evolution added in PokemonLegendsZA. While I was working on that video, we got a whole bunch of info on the new Mega Dimensions DLC, and now that DLC has been released. If you haven't seen the first video, you should definitely go watch it, but I'll run through the premise real quick again. I love theorizing about upcoming Pokemon, but I just want to be different. Instead of guessing what currently existing abilities these Megas might receive, I'll create a bunch of brand new ones. So here I am, back again to come up with some less than balanced custom abilities. I mainly play VGC, so this video will be mostly focused on that format, but I play some singles here and there, so I'll keep it in mind. Before we start, only like 2% of the people who watch these videos are subscribed, so if you enjoy this channel and you want to see more Pokemon discussion, like the video and sub to the channel. You know, it's free, and you'll get to brag about being here before I hit 500 subscribers, and anyways, no more rambling, let's get right into it with the first Mon today.
We hit him with that American Eagle speech that...
Starting off strong, we've got a member of the Sinnoh 6, Staraptor. I can't help but notice Mega Staraptor kind of looks like a prehistoric version of itself. Kind of reminds me of something, another Pokemon, and anyways. Staraptor flew in and stole Hawlucha's whole gimmick before it even got a chance to prove itself, which is crazy. They've got pretty similar stat lines and the same typing, but having access to Intimidate pre-evolution is pretty useful. Staraptor is the Predator Pokemon, so I've given it a fitting ability, Predator's Pulse. This ability will give Staraptor a +1 boost to its attack for every opposing Pokemon that are weak to any of its moves. Staraptor is going to have to compete with Mega Hawlucha for a team slot, so I give it something special to hold its own and stand out. It doesn't learn that many coverage moves, so I think this will be an interesting ability that might cause you to consider some moveset options you normally wouldn't. Mega Heatran looks like an abomination in like the best way possible. Just a mound of magma and molten steel, and I kinda rock with it, to be honest. Earth Eater would be a perfect ability for Mega Heatran, but I'm obviously gonna come up with something entirely new. Heatran's new Pokedex entry tells us it has the ability to heat up to 1.8 million degrees Fahrenheit? Why is Mega Heatran 180 times hotter than the surface of the sun, bro? I suppose I can't give it an ability that just insta-kills anything that gets too close, so here's the next best thing. Furnace will give Heatran a +1 to attack and special attack when it uses a rock, steel, or fire type move. With Furnace, Heatran can build momentum throughout a game, and I also decided to add that attack boost so it can utilize its new buffed physical attack. So, full transparency, I haven't been the biggest Baxcalibur fan, if we're keeping it real. But I think the Mega did raise my opinions quite a bit. They went over the top with that massive sword, and really, this is what Bax should have looked like all along. When it comes to an ability for Mega Baxcalibur, I was stumped. The Pokedex doesn't really help much, so that was out of the question. I was maybe thinking along the lines of Sharpness or Intrepid Sword, and Thermal Exchange is already such a cool ability. But in the end, I combined them all into one, creating Baxsmith, a parallel to Heatran's Furnace. If Baxcalibur is hit by a rock, steel, fire, or slicing type move, its attack stat will be raised by 2 stages. The idea here is that getting hit with any of these moves will sharpen the blade on Baxcalibur's spine, raising its lethality. I was originally going to name this one Sharpen, which might make a little bit more sense, but Baxsmith sounds so cool, bro. Alright, so I got mixed feelings on Mega Glimmora. Like, on one hand, I get the idea, but it looks a little silly. It's kind of like how I feel about Mega Excadrill too. Also, I think a different Paldeamon should have gotten a Mega, but that's besides the point. Glimmora's ZA Dex entry says it can use its petals for defense while scattering poisonous fragments, so I've got the perfect ability. Shields Up. Shields Up will give Glimmora the effects of Protect whenever it uses a status move, preventing all incoming damage. To balance this out, just a little bit, I'll make it use the standard Protect rules. Can't be used twice in a row. And it also won't protect Glimmora from status moves. Mega Glimmora has a pretty good special attack stat, but it also has a ton of boosting and disrupting options. Getting a free rock polish off or putting up stealth rocks for free will give it even more utility than toxic debris can provide, especially now that it can't hold a focus sash anymore.
I absolve you of your sins. You have been forgiven.
Mega Meowstic is pretty cool actually. I think it's interesting how they combine aspects from both the male and female Meowstic to create the color scheme, and it doesn't look half bad. Good job, Game Freak. The Pokédex entry for Mega Meowstic isn't exactly a treasure trove for ability creation, so I'm grasping at straws a little bit here. I wanted to make an attempt at creating an ability that somewhat benefits both male and female Meowstic, so here we have Psychic Distortion. This ability will make all the Mega Meowstic's damaging moves hit both opponents at the cost of taking 15% of its maximum health and damage after landing one of those moves. This will be useful for Meowstic's coverage moves and such, but it also learns some interesting support options. I think this will give Meowstic some more ways to dish out damage without relying on Expanding Force in VGC, and it could do some really good disrupting with all those support moves. Yo, whoever decided Magearna, of all Pokemon, needed a Mega Evolution needs to be taken in for questioning immediately. Like, they tried to balance it by getting a plus 30 in its physical attack, but now physical Magearna is just a real thing. This thing is headed straight to anything goes before it can even set foot in Ubers. Mega Magearna would be broken without an ability, but you know, that's not what we're here for. Magearna's new Dex entry tells us that Mega Evolution has removed Magearna's limitations and activates a more powerful mode, so this is what I've come up with. Transcend will increase Magearna's damage by 1.5 on both the special and physical side, at the cost of restricting it to using one move. It's kinda like a combined Choice Band and Choice Specs, allowing you to use both physical and special sets. With Transcend, you'll be able to boost up in base form, then Mega Evolve when you're ready to demolish the entire enemy team with a move of your choice. I hope you're all ready to get swept by Shift Gear Mega Magearna.
Hey bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
Mega Garchomp is a demon, yo. Game Freak heard the complaints about Mega Garchomp's speed stat and flipped it to the opposite side of the scale. 151 speed is absurd, and those attacking stats make it real scary on both sides. Losing that ground typing kinda sucks, but it's not like much will be surviving an attack from it anyways. In the Pokédex, we learned Garchomp flies at Mach speeds, so we've come up with an ability that matches it. Mega Garchomp Z's ability is called Jetstream, which will increase damage based on how much faster Garchomp is than the target. This will use the same ratios as the move Electro Ball, going from no boost to 100% boost. This gives Garchomp a second use for that monstrous speed stat, and it also gives Garchomp some synergy with Tailwind in VGC, giving it the ability to blow literally anything up before they even get a chance to think about acting. I like Mega Lucario Z better than the normal version. There, I said it. I like the color scheme much better, I like the Miku hair, I just think it's great. Not to say the original version is bad, I just kinda like this one more, honestly. Along with the rest of the new Z Megas, Lucario has been blessed with that staggering 151 speed and a massive 164 in special attack to make use of it. According to the Pokédex, Mega Lucario can parry incoming attacks, so I wanted to play around with the idea of counters. I've come up with the ability Aura Retaliate. Get it? Like Aura plus Retaliate? My bad. Aura Retaliate will cause Lucario to repeat the last move it used when it gets hit by a contact move, targeting the Pokemon that hit it. Mega Lucario might not take hits all that well, but this ability gives you a way to punish Fake Out and other priority moves that opponents might throw its way. You can also get crafty with it, you know, maybe using a teammate to trigger it and coming up with some weird scenarios like that. Rounding out the new Z Megas, we have a new form for Mega Absol. I can't say this is what I was expecting out of a new Mega for Absol, but I gotta say, it's a welcome surprise. Z Absol gets the incredible Ghost Dark type combo to go with those shiny new attack and speed stats, making it a Fake Out immune heavy hitter. For the ability, I wanted to call back to the lore of Absol being a Pokemon that appears to warn people when danger is near, so its ability will be Danger Sense. Not my most creative name, but I was kinda stumped for some reason. If you have a better suggestion, drop them in the replies. I do read all of them. Anyways, Danger Sense is pretty simple. It will reduce the accuracy of all super effective moves targeting Mega Absol by 50%. To be fair, Absol might not eat neutral hits well either, but this ability gives it the chance to dodge anything that might mean certain death. I know evasion abilities aren't all that popular, but I think this one is pretty cool and it fits thematically. Dude, genuine question, what does Scovillain even do? If I wanted a terrible mixed attacker, I'd just make a quick stop in Hoenn. Yo, why is there so many of you? Well, I guess it at least looks cool. Nice tie, right? Honestly, I didn't really know what to do with Mega Scovillain to make it good, so Rising Heat is also pretty simple. Using a fire type move will raise Scovillain's attack and special attack, and its speed will be raised when it uses a grass move. Realistically, you'd have to do a lot to make Scovillain worth using in literally any circumstance, but this is my attempt. A big problem is that super awkward speed stat, so giving it the option to boost off a Grassy Glide or even double its speed after a Trailblaze is pretty interesting. Talk about whiplash. Going from a super lame Mega to like one of the best ones added in the DLC is a pretty big jump. Game Freak knew they didn't have to add a whole lot to Mega Golisopod to make it look sick, and they really did cook. Mega Golisopod now has one of the best defensive typings in the game with Bug Steel, and some crazy good bulk to back that up. If Golisopod gets any ability better than Emergency Exit, it'll be a solid pick for any team. Speaking of Emergency Exit, I wanted to keep that part of Golisopod's identity intact, so the ability I've created is called Strategic Retreat. This ability is kind of like a combo of Emergency Exit and Regenerator. When Golisopod falls below 50% HP, it will immediately use its move regardless of the turn order and swap out of battle, restoring 33% of its HP. This gives Golisopod the ability to trigger this multiple times per battle, cycling first impression too. This might be my fave in the video, so let me know what you all think. I'm combining these two because I kind of just want to get them out of the way. If Game Freak wanted to make a Mega Pikachu, they really should have just gone for it, because man, I must say I'm not a huge fan of either of these guys. Out of the two, I think I might like the X version more, simply because of the little flying animation it has, you know, kinda cute. Since I like Raichu X more, we'll start with it. The Pokedex is kinda barren here, so this one's a Danchi original. Quick Work will give priority to the first move Raichu uses when it hits the field. Pretty simple, and I think it works well for Mega Raichu X's vibe. Now I'm even less fond of Mega Raichu Y, but I'm a man of my word, and that means I do have to come up with an ability. Not much in the Pokedex here either, so I did have to do my best. I've come up with Power Surge, which will add a 30% paralyzed chance to all of Raichu's non-contact moves. Oh, and it stacks with any paralyzed chance the move already has. I ain't gonna lie, this might be one of the more broken abilities I put out into the world, because I can see it being a real problem. Crabominable was another pick I didn't really expect, and I low-key hated it at first. I wouldn't say it's my favorite out of the bunch, but the more I look at it, the more I think I don't hate it all that much. It's just kind of funny looking, and that kind of works for it. Maybe my hatred was stemming from the side mission I had to complete to obtain it. Not fun. Mega Crabominable gets a decent boost to its attack, but even bigger buffs to its bulk and even a speed drop to make it more threatening as a Trick Room sweeper. The ability I've come up with for Crabominable is Clobber. Clobber will give all of Mega Crabominable's contact moves the added benefits of guaranteeing confusion on the target. This ability isn't really based on a Pokedex description or anything, but I think it fits like what Crabominable's got going on here, and more than that, it's just pretty funny. Like, look at those big meaty claws, and tell me they wouldn't knock someone's brain around. Yes, I am forcing another Girl in Lagann reference. Like, it's pretty much a mecha. If you just look at it the right way, it's Loki giving Gurren? No? Yeah, you get it. I really like Mega Golurk, and it's not just because it may or may not look like a Girl in Lagann reference. The whole thing with its Band-Aid seal breaking and letting its energy flow freely is so cool. Golurk's non-Mega Pokedex entries mention the possibility of Golurk itself being a perpetual motion machine, so that's what I've themed my custom ability on. Mega Golurk's new ability is called Fight the Power, and it will increase the power of Mega Golurk's move by 15 base power for every turn that it's on the field. This boost will apply directly to the base power of these moves, so it can't be negated by like Intimidate or any other stat drops. Golurk's got some crazy good bulk, so it'll be able to stay on the field and get powered up before unleashing some wicked blows on its opponents. Tatsugiri's whole identity is so heavily tied to Dondozo, it didn't even occur to me that it might get a Mega. Now I have to live with the possibility of the Dozogiri boss fight having a phase 2. Unbelievable. Jokes aside, Mega Tatsugiri is yet another what does he even do ass Mega, bro. The whole point of Tatsugiri is to feed Dondozo, so I simply don't see how this guy can be worth the Mega slot. The Pokedex tells us that Mega Tatsu can create and control copies of itself, so I use that for the ability. With second helping, if Mega Tatsugiri is the last Pokemon on the field in a double battle, it will create a duplicate of itself. The clone will have 10% of Tatsugiri's maximum HP and inherit any stat changes as well as status effects. Will this be broken? Useless? Not really sure, to be honest. On one hand, having a 5th Pokemon in a VGC battle is kinda crazy, but on the other hand, it'll literally die to a sneeze from the wrong mon. Not to mention 92 speed isn't very impressive in the power crept world we live in. Game Freak has given us another biblically accurate Mega, and this time it's in the form of Darkrai. Mega Darkrai gets its speed drop in exchange for some huge buff to its bulk, and I kinda see the vision. 70, 130, 130 is crazy good, and it can probably even make use of that 120 attack stat. Mega Darkrai will still be hitting real hard, but I wanted to give it some more utility. Darkrai's new Pokedex entry says nothing can escape its Evil Eye, so that's what I'll call the ability. With Evil Eye, all of Mega Darkrai's status moves will never fail. This means moves like its signature Dark Void will not only ignore accuracy checks, they will also gain the effects of Mold Breaker, finding their mark on Pokemon with abilities like Magic Bounce. With Golden Goal, your days are numbered. Evil Eye might be a bit strong even for this video, but I gotta give it a way to have a 100% accurate Dark Void after Smeargle ruined that. Hey man. Waiter, more mono electric Mega Evolutions please. Listen y'all, I don't think I need to explain how I feel about this industry plant because the internet has done that job for me. I can't forgive Mega Zeraora for stealing a Mega from a Pokemon who deserved it, but it's gotta be in the video because I'm a man of my word. I tried not to let my bias get in the way, but it was really difficult for me to come up with an ability for Mega Zeraora. It's just kind of boring. The whole gimmick is being a hard-hitting mixed attacker, so I decided to boost that a little bit more for its Mega ability. Conductor is another simple one. When in electric terrain, Mega Zeraora will receive a +1 to both its attack and special attack. This might be a little bit uninspired, but I guess that's kind of fitting because it's on a less than interesting mod. I saved the best for last. So here's my GOAT, Mega Chimecho. I already gave this guy a quick segment in my last video, but I love this mon and its Mega so much I had to spin back. The big chingling in the background, the little mini chimes, it's just perfect. Getting Steel type is great too, considering how lackluster Pure Psychic can be. I even had 2 ability ideas, Resonate and Resonance. Resonate will cause all of Chimecho's sound-based moves to be Steel type, just like the effects of Liquid Voice. This one is a popular theory in the community, and I think it would be a really good fit for Chimecho with all of its sound type moves. My other ability for Mega Chimecho, Resonance, will make all of its sound-based moves bypass screens and protect. I think this one might be a bit stronger, especially in double battles where protect is so prevalent. I knew I had to give Mega Chimecho an ability relating to sound, and in my opinion these are pretty cool. Let me know which one you like better down below. And that's all from round 2 of my brand new abilities for every new Mega Pokemon. These videos were super fun to make, so I hope you enjoyed watching them. I read all the comments, so be sure to let me know which abilities were your favorites and which ones you'd change. You can even leave your own custom abilities down there if you want. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers and I'm almost there, so if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you dropped a like and sub to the channel. I've got some Theoremon videos already uploaded, and there's tons more to come. That's all from me for now, so thanks for watching and have yourself a damn good one.